Hi, welcome, Verdicts Vogue.
Thank you.
BTD style.
I love it.
That's right. Were you going to tell the audience what
No.
BTD is? Oh,
No?
Oh, yeah,
No?
sure.
Okay.
Maybe at
we
the
can-
end.
Okay. All right. So that story. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I know that I appreciate you guys supporting me. It has been a really crazy year together just because we've just meshed so well. We've had all these fun memories and laughs and cries throughout the whole time, right? So if you think back, it hasn't been that long, but somehow we've kind of melded together to form this like really special friendship, in my opinion.
I agree.
So
I
I really am happy that we're here today because I would like to get a chance to talk with us like the way that we are so that people who are watching this can see not only our professional side, because I think we're really professional.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the The crew might disagree with the intermission.
I feel like you guys totally just gave up our cover.
but we're also really, authentic. I think
Yeah.
that's the main thing that draws me to both of you, that we have been through some situations where, may have not looked our best or may have not felt our best.
I feel like she's referring to me.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I feel like the ICU is really weird. The image that
Totally
she
a
had.
trifecta.
But
Reasonably so.
But it's like, at this point in time, it just seems like a great space for all of us at this time. This is actually a moment where we are not having turmoils in our lives. If you think about it, all
Very
at the same
much.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude for that.
Gratitude.
But I think most people would be surprised at how short a period of time we've been close, because it's like we got close right away.
Really fast.
Yeah.
That is true. But what I love about it is it got rich really quickly, right? It wasn't just a closeness of, oh, hey, we hang out all the time. It wasn't anything like that. It was very real, very quickly, but no bones about it in any way. It was very natural.
I agree. And I think it's and authentic, just fun and just real. So I'm happy to be sharing this with you so that we can kind of venture out. Like, tell us, let's talk about the last year.
Wow.
Last year, like that's looking back. What's a word that we are looking for? Like retrospect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're in retrospect. So much has happened. We've had marriages, engagements, honeymoons. We've had health scares,
medical crisis.
Totally.
medical crisis. We've had medical like miracles with as well for both, and just all these different journeys.
That is so true.
Right?
It's been really neat too to see how, as women, we all can come together with different experiences in different ways, but it seems to really keep feeding to the same thing of like, go, 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 fly, fly, fly.
Yeah, like go.
Yeah. No matter what that kind of experience is for each of us, right? Is that there's some sort of support that you need it when you have it. Like I've often described having you guys behind me as like a hand on my back.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. It's just, it's like that source of comfort, that source of like, you got it, but not like a rescuing, not a stepping in for you, but just a little bit of like a keep going, you got it.
Oh,
I love that.
I do.
I actually do that for witnesses when I prep them. So sometimes when they're struggling to get something out, I'll ask for permission if I can put my hands on them, and I put my hand on their back.
You do. I've actually seen that. Yeah. And it calms them. She'll put it right on the back, like that part of the back, and just kind of hold it and just stay there quiet.
Yes.
And it calms them.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've done that too with witnesses as well, where I will sit with my back to theirs while they tell the story. Because when you feel someone's full back against your full back, there's a sense of comfort that all of a sudden then they know they can tell the story, right? And then I can sit across from them or aside them, right? And they tell it again. And all of a sudden they feel like, oh yeah, that first time I had all the support that I needed. And then they can step to the next piece.
I love it.
That was I did like a leadership training for AAJ, the American Association of Justice. And during the leadership training, you had to talk about a problem, but you had to face away from your audience. And you would tell your problem to the wall and they would listen to you. So you felt no judgment. There was like a real freeing experience being able to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. So if it's a
Yes. Mel Orchard did that at a trial training conference that we were actually, it was an AZHA conference. And we had to sit on a stairway below our partner and talk. And they just would sit behind you. It was amazing.
have you ever tried that before?
I've tried various techniques. One of my trial partners was, he used to teach at Jerry Spence's trial lawyer college. So
Okay.
really, really into psychodrama. Well, you know, Alejandro Blanco. And so I got,
Actually, I'm on a panel with him coming up.
oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
His name-
resurfaced from Camp Lejeune.
His name came up. I'm on a panel coming up on TBI Med Legal, and
Oh, wonderful.
and he's the moderator.
Yeah.
So
You are on a panel with some really good people. I mean, she's also speaking with Dorothy Clay Sims.
so that was a mistake. so let's talk
Just
about
kidding,
this.
she's not.
Let's talk about this. So I was asked to speak on a panel, and in December, and I did it for the American Association of Justice Traumatic Brain Injury Group, and it was on cultural considerations in the Latino population. And so I did that, and someone saw my presentation. They said, "Hey, can you speak at this other conference in April?" And I said, "Sure." She was same presentation, but just longer, and we'll put a neuropsych and have just some experts with you. And I said, okay, no problem. And then an email came out, and it had me talking with Dorothy Clay Sims. So
setting the bar very low.
So anybody,
the most prominent attorney in neuropsychology.
If anyone knows,
the textbook writer,
I have her textbook on in my office. And when I saw that email that came out, I immediately I was like, oh, I had like an oh shit moment, because I'm like, I'm going to talk with Dorothy Clay Sims. I'm like, on what?
What I'm going to do is cite her book.
I'm like, her book's right here. So I go and I grab the book, and I go to Kim, who's in the back, and I go, Kim, guess what? You'll never believe this. How is this happening? And so I kind of had a little bit of a mini heart attack. So I was like, I'm going to have to figure this out. So Kari and I go away to Embrace Your Inner Badass. It was a conference by the Nevada Justice Association. And when we walk in, before we walked in, while we were on the plane, I tell Kari, I go, Kari, what's your goal? So I learned this from Amy Berry, who works at Broughton Partners. Always set a goal for yourself at all these conferences. What is your goal? What are you looking to achieve from this conference? Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. You're not there to party. You're not there to, we all have fun, but you have to set a goal. And so she set a goal. I set a goal. And when we walk into the conference, I see Dorothy Clay Sims. And I look at Kari and I go, I'm changing my goal. I go, I need to talk to her and figure out what I'm going to do. And tell her that I'm on a panel with her.
And then you weren't on the panel?
She goes, okay. And so during whatever the first day, there's like a breakout, and I happen to go get something, and I'm late to the breakout. And as I'm going, I bump into Dorothy Clay. And so I take that moment as she's like, oh, we're going to take a picture. So I take a picture with her. And then I say, oh, by the way, I'm on a panel with you. And she's like, oh, you are? And I go, my name's Cristina Perez Sassano. And she goes, oh, and I tell her from where. She's like, oh, she goes, are you? I'm like, yeah, this email came out that said that. She's like, oh, I go, and look, and I just don't want to F it up. Right. So tell me what I need to, because I don't know what I'm going to talk. You know it all. And we're talking about neuropsych evaluations and the fact that they are, whether or not they're worth it. And, everyone has their opinion on it. And I know her opinion is very strong against it. And so she says, oh, don't worry. I'll give you A, B, C, D, whatever. I said, okay, fine. And so we go through it. I actually follow up with her. She sends me her material. I say, okay, great. We set it up. And then I get an email, like a text message from the person who's coordinating. And I go, oh, yeah, by the way, I go, oh, and don't worry. I already spoke to Dorothy and blah, blah, blah. We have it set up. And she goes, you're not presenting with Dorothy. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, oh no, that was an error. That I go, no, I got an email.
Ouch.
And I'm like, I finally got myself to the place. I'm like,
I've been uninvited. I've been uninvited.
Maybe that was the whole purpose of it, though. That way, we can meet Dorothy Clay Sims, because she was very nice to us after.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
she's very nice.
And so I feel like maybe that was part of it. Now you psyched yourself up. Now you can present next to her, and it's no big deal.
And so then she said, well, no, you actually have a presentation. It's going to be 2 experts and Alejandro Blanco moderating, and Dorothy speaking on Thursday and Saturday, and you're speaking on Friday. And I was like, oh, Okay. So now, new goal, right?
Now you have to be ready for Alejandro.
Well, be ready for Alejandro. Yeah, it's fine. But I'm going to make it my goal to have a presentation with Dorothy.
I love it.
To make the original thing happen.
But how embarrassing. I'm saying this out loud, but I was like, for a moment, I'm like, oh, but I got myself like ready for it. And I was like, oh, it's not happening.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Anyway. And now you won't be afraid next time they say,
Next time
hey,
I'm ready for it.
You're like, I've been waiting for this.
Oh, yeah, because I started reading her book. I'm like, I was
ready for it.
like, I'm going to be prepared for this. Not happening.
I love that.
Yeah, so.
I love it.
But,
well, I didn't know it wasn't happening. Otherwise, I would
tell you.
Well, you can easily hold your own, though, honestly.
That was exactly what I told her, too.
I mean, we've sort of gotten to see you, especially this last year. You know, you're talking to us about like the last year, and I think the last year you've really put the gas on. I feel like, you know, in terms of your practice and like your professional growth, and really putting yourself out there. And I know you're always fighting that perfection monster, and so every time you present, it's like, you know, you really put your heart and soul into it, and you want to make sure you do a good job. And but I just want to tell you, I think you're doing a fantastic job. It's impressive.
I appreciate that. And I think that, you know, that perfection monster also with what kind of it mirrors the imposter syndrome, right? That we've all
very much.
And some people don't like using that word, but the imposter syndrome. But I think it's real, right? Where you have to go through that. Am I good enough, or I shouldn't be here, or why did they choose me, or there's someone better that should be doing this? And it's like, or they're gonna figure out that I don't know everything that they think I know, or why is this person spending the time that they are teaching me? Because so it's something like, I mean, I don't know if you guys, I mean, I know I can't be the only one. I know that that we go through, everyone goes through it. And if for those who don't go through it, either they're like totally oblivious to the world, or they just are not being honest.
I'm sorry. I had to.
You know, I know that I'm like, or maybe they should.
I was thinking that, but I didn't say it.
Thank you for saying. In fairness, I do know some men who have a perfection monster. I know several who don't even know what we're talking about.
Totally. I could use one. I'm perfect. So nothing for the men that are in the room right now listening to us. We are not men bashing. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How do you conquer that? Would you guys experience that? And if you do, how do you quiet that voice?
I think watching you has been really helpful for me, because when I see you guys become harsh on yourselves, it's usually in moments that I am so impressed that it's a perfect teacher for me to not do that. Does that make sense? Like, you know, hearing you sometimes say, oh man, I'm missing this for Eva, or, oh, I wish, you know, whatever. But then watching you with her, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's such a good mother. How does she mother like this? Like, how did she know to say that? How did she know to do that? How does she know to just stop what she's doing and in the moment be like, oh, wait, here. Well, did you think about this? And you walk her through these things in ways that are so impressive to me. And then I think if you're that hard on yourself in a moment like that, it helps me to go, maybe, just maybe, we don't get gold stars by being harsh on ourselves in that way.
So funny.
You know what I mean? Because it's not the same experience on the outside from the inside.
So I'm sure that, you know, being an attorney and being a litigating attorney where you're in trial and you have hearings. So, you know, being someone that you have to be there and you can't say, oh, you know, judge, I can't make it today, you know, or I can't fly out to this, or I can't take this deposition. I had to miss a lot of things. So I'm really hard on myself with that, because a lot of the moms at my daughter's school don't work, or they have part-time jobs or very flexible jobs. And so for me, it's like, I'm not there for a lot of it. And so I'm hard on myself when it comes to that. Kari saw it the other day when we were actually, we were away. And while we were away, Eva had her character. She was all planned out. So she had to do a book report, and she had to dress up as a character. She had to give the book report as the character. And I had helped her pick out the matching purple pants, the purple shirt, the belt, you know, get cupcakes. So she had to present to her class, and she had to have her hair a certain way. And so when I called her in the morning, her hair was not the way it was supposed to be. And I love my husband. He
Let
tries
me
to.
get Chris can't do hair.
Chris cannot do hair. And he does a lot. But he told me, he goes, I cannot. He goes, just remember, I do not fold towels. I don't do beds, and I can't do hair. Oh, he goes, he'll do everything else. Yeah, so I look at Eva. So we had just woken up, and I was like, look, I call her, and then I say, okay, Eva. So I had her on FaceTime, and I'm like, let's do this again. I go, so I had to walk her through. I go, put your hair, do this little part here. Go ahead and take the ponytail now, push it around. And the whole time I'm talking to her, and I'm not realizing that Kari's watching me.
Okay, so let me put this into perspective. Our eyes are still like dilating. Like it is early. It's like, and she somehow like musters up the sweetest, kindest. Like she was all in. She has the phone up on the headboard, and she's just, okay, yes, that's good. Now, okay, pull your hair. I mean, it was the sweetest. It was the sweetest interaction. I mean, it really was it. Like I was watching her and I was thinking, this is what true mothering is like. So to hear her say like, I just miss so much. I'm like, you don't.
Oh, because I hung up the phone.
You show up.
I hung up the phone and I said, oh, I can't believe I'm missing this. And like, I had to help her with her hair. And so I was like, I can't believe I'm missing it. And she's like, but you're not. You just did it. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I did.
You did.
I think that's a battle that that women with demanding jobs face a lot. Because
absolutely.
I mean, how many, in our profession, how many trial lawyers that are women do you know compared to men trial lawyers?
Oh yeah.
It's a big difference.
It is. Our challenges are different. And I love the fact that you can see that it's possible to parent, remotely. Sometimes you do your best. It's not ideal, but even, moms who stay at home, they fall short of the mark, many times. I'm sure you ask them, they don't feel like even if they do hit every date, they don't feel like they show up for their kid in every single way. So there's a myriad of ways we find our shortcomings. But I'll tell you, my kids now, I have a 20-year-old who's living in Spain and an 18-year-old who's finishing high school. And there were times when I think both of them resented kind of how much I worked. I remember Sandra coming into the kitchen at 4:00 in the morning and all the lights are on and my exhibits are up and I'm like studying and she's like, what are you doing? Come and tuck me in. And then there's times, I remember one in particular. I said that I couldn't take her somewhere. And I said, you're going to need to ask your dad. He and I were divorced at the time. And she says, well, I can't ask dad. He works. And I was like, whoa, ow. Like we're both law firm owners, ow. So, I remember when they were little, there were little things like that would get me.
Yeah.
But now on this end of it, they both know, and they appreciate that how hard I worked to give them the life that they had and the opportunities that they had. I think they both would say that they respect me and my work ethic and how hard I worked. So, it is a little bit of a trade-off, but what we do isn't easy. And to do it well, you can't do it halfway.
I think you have to love what you do, right? So I love being an attorney. Like I love, and sometimes I'm like cursing myself because I want to be an attorney, but I love, but I love being that person where it's like, okay, I can do this. Like we have the ability to change people's lives forever just by providing them the help and the voice that they need. We work for the underdog, right? So we're plaintiffs' attorneys. There's no, open checkbook for us. We are trying to beat Goliath every single day. And it's like, and for that, it takes so much time and energy. And you have to put that first a lot of times. And you balance, and I don't think there's a real way to balance, right? There's no balancing. If you're balancing, then you're mediocre at both, right? It's like, that's the whole thing. And it's like what you're going through, but you have to wake up and say, okay, I love doing this. But then I also wake up and say, I love being a mom. And I didn't think I would love being a mom for a long time, but I love being a mom. I love being an attorney. And I think that eventually, like your girls, my kiddos will be able to see, okay, well, she did this for the right reasons.
Yeah.
No. And Kari, as you enter into whether or not, with your family, those are kind of considerations that you go through. But for a long time, I was like, I need to get here before I even think about having kids. So I was an old mom. Like, they call it like a geriatric pregnancy.
How?
At 35?
How?
I know. It's like a geriatric.
Oh my gosh. That's rough.
Yeah, I'm not a mom yet, but I experienced that same thing with my nieces and nephews. And I remember one time, because they would, they would mimic me a lot. They would say like, "Oh, I'm Aunt Kari," and they would,
Oh God.
and I was like, "Would they see me?" Or they would say, "I'm Aunt Kari talking on the phone." It's not going to work that way. Oh, this is terrible. But then one day I went to my niece's school and to have lunch with her. And we walked into the cafeteria and there were all these kids, scattered about. And every sad kid that she saw, she would say, "This is my Aunt Kari. You need to talk to them. They're sad."
Oh.
And she kept doing this over and over. And pretty soon I'm like, "Aussie, we don't want to embarrass them either. Like they might be sad, and she said, "That's what you do. You help people." And when I saw that, it kind of rerouted my brain. I thought what I always see is the typing and the mimicking, right? But what she gathered ultimately out of that was you help people. And I think it's really okay if your kids, if someday our kids see us as helpers and they see us as like, my mom will find a way. I think that's ultimately what we do.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with my team the other day, and that the approach that I want us to take in every single case, because things are going to happen all throughout the day. They just do. And things that you didn't expect, or opposing counsel pulls something, or, whatever it is. But the approach that I want us to have to every problem that pops up is, so what? That's what we're here for, is to solve problems. That is our one job here.
True.
And so what? What am I going to do to fix it? And I think if we do that, our kids, our families, our partners, they see that, and it kind of sets a different tone for where we go.
So if you ask my kids, or like my kids will like say Eva or Enzo, they'll start like crying or something. I'm like, "Don't cry." They'll say, "Find the solution." Find the solution.
Yes, there you go.
There's a solution.
Oh my God.
It's like all of these like little like tidbits.
Yeah, that's so funny.
There's all these other, like, if you like with Enzo, I mean, if you ever walk by him and you say God is good, he'll say all the time. It comes right out of him. Like,
I love it.
same thing.
That's
like,
awesome.
Don't cry. Find the solution.
I'm gonna use that on myself.
My kids had you can come to me with a problem, but you have to have three proposed solutions.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I said, you have to come up with the solutions. What do you want out of this conflict?
Oh, I
And
love that.
so, yeah.
Mhm.
But it's hard because I know the age of your kids and they're smart. And so pretty soon you start having little negotiators on the other side of the table. Like they're like, I remember Sandra, we were changing her school from 4th grade to 5th grade. And she's like, "I think I should have a say in my education." And I was like, "You have a say, you have one vote, but mine counts for 2 because I'm mom."
Yeah. I mean,
That's good.
So Eva had to change schools now, same thing. But I talked to her about it, whether she was ready for it, whether she wanted to go to a different school, whether she was going to be prepared to do it. It's, they want to be included. They are very vocal. And Enzo, forget about it. He's like, he's super vocal. There's no quieting him at all. So it's like, it's his way. Well, it's him and I butting heads all the time. So Chris has to like separate us. So it's like,
I bless you in his teenage years.
I don't even know how that's gonna look, because I'm just like, I'm afraid of that.
I do. We'll be on your back with a bottle of.
Yeah, we're not going to be rationing the champagne.
That's because we've gone through 2 bottles.
It's fine. We got this. I'll show with the boys in front. Like, why did we do this?
Oh, so as we move forward for the next year, right? So the incoming year, what's like the main, like the next immediate goal that you have this next year?
Actually, I kind of want to hear Kari's, because, starting your own law firm where you are, that's like, it's scary. It's very scary. And it's overwhelming, and it feels, gosh, there were so many emotions I think I had. It's like exciting, and you're like, "Oh, I'm on my own." And then you're like, "Crap, I'm on my own."
Yeah.
So you're like, it's like this roller coaster of like really great and really terrible emotions. So I'm kind of interested to hear what you see.
It's so good to hear you describe it like that, because sometimes it feels like I am on this really wild roller coaster ride that I don't always want to necessarily get off of, because there's so much good that's happening in it.
Mhm.
Like I joke, I'm like, I can't believe people sign up for self-development workshops. Like life will give it to you.
Yeah.
It will just hand them out.
That's right.
It might charge you in like hospital bills, or it might charge you in crazy, interactions with people in your business or whatever. But I feel like the best part of starting my own firm, and you guys are well ahead of me in this, so you've probably already gone through this part of it. It is so fun to figure out your own style.
Yeah.
Like it's like to write my letter of representation, right? My first draft of it was like very business, and I like looked at a couple other letters of rep, and I wanted to see like what should be in it. And I'm like, did you do this really just so you could Xerox somebody else's work? No, that wasn't why I did this. I have no desire. So I just wrote a letter of representation like I really wanted to say the things I wanted to say.
Wow.
If you don't tender when we, on the deadline, I will pay my team extra to file by the next morning. And so I say that in because I do, then I bonus them. Cool. You want to do that? I don't care. It doesn't have to be my stress anymore, right? And so it made it fun to just be like, I don't care what they say about it. I am going to really enjoy this. And it's changed kind of my vision in how I run things, right? So
I love that.
It's good.
Yeah, just kind of change the pressure. So it's no longer like, am I doing this right? Or what would the people that truly I don't really care about their opinions, but they somehow seem to be the loudest in my mind. It's changed how much power I give them.
Sure.
So, instead it's like, okay, how do we make settlements fun? Well, for me, what's fun
Tender. The word is tender.
Policy limits.
Excess.
No, umbrella coverage. That's a party.
All the words.
Choose one, but do them. So, it's like for me, the fun part about learning to make money is also learning to give money. So it's like, okay, out of each settlement, what are we going to do? Right? We're going to donate X number of dollars. And what are we going to do with that? So like one of them, we set some money aside for a brother of mine that struggles, and we wanted to donate some stuff. And then, for another, we set aside. So you just like, for me, it became fun to then say like, oh, this is what this is about. Mm-hmm. Or being able to like put things on your website that you wouldn't usually do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and in that, it's funny because there was one day where I was going to change the way my website was set up, because I'm like, it's not very professional. And it wasn't when I created, it was just, I literally had $1,500 in my bank account to start a law firm. That is not, I would not recommend that.
Oh my God. You and I are practically dollar for dollar. I swear to God. Yes. I had no money, which I would not recommend, especially a PI practice.
No,
the worst.
No, way. And I didn't have this like lifelong dream of having my own law firm. So it wasn't like, oh, at least you're doing it with a little gusto behind you because like this is your dream. Like that was not the case.
I felt like a cat in a bag thrown in the river. Aww. I mean, honestly, like totally. I was not ready to start my law firm. I didn't want to. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how I was going to get out of it.
Yes. It's exactly what I said. Yeah. I do not know what I'm doing. I gave myself 2 days to start it because I knew if I gave even an hour more than that, I would convince myself that I shouldn't do it.
Wow.
So I said, if I can get it up by Tuesday, I'll do it. And
wow.
I just did it. And I mean, honestly, like I grabbed a picture that my nephew and I had been playing. He was trying to teach me on iPhone, like how to do things. So he's like, here, let me do this. So he wanted, it was like an anti-date we were on. I chose a picture like that to put on the website because I used it as part of, another picture as a part of my business card. Like there was nothing professional about it. But the cool thing is it works anyway. Nobody cares.
No, they don't. They really don't.
No.
And so for people who are perfectionists, which are like, you want it to be perfect before you put it out there, sometimes you need that extra kick in the butt to do it.
That's exactly.
Because, I mean.
Otherwise you won't.
Because I started my own firm back in 2010 when I was a bankruptcy attorney, and my boss at the time, like, basically locked me out. So I ended up at another firm with a laptop and an office that I was renting. And that was it, like an office space that I was
Mhm.
renting from over here in Glendale. And
We have that in common too.
and it was like, I wasn't going to do it, but I remember it was like, because I remember it was November 3rd. So it was like my 30th birthday. And it was 2010, November 7th, 2010. I remember I was hanging out with my brother. So I didn't feel like celebrating. And I literally was crying because I didn't know. I was like, because I was like, all of a sudden I have to do this and I'm 30 years old and I didn't expect it because I wanted to have more security and more so forth. Like, I just wanted to be able to like have that. But I started and then clients came with me and then I took over a national bankruptcy practice that was going out of business.
Wow.
And then I became a partner at that firm for whatever years. And then I ended up leaving. It's just on our own. And it was 4 of us in 2009, December of 2019, we ended up moving and it was 4 of us, myself, Sophia, Hope, and Kim. And since that time, then COVID and then a fire. And then like now I look at it and sometimes I look and I'm like, oh my goodness,
How did I do it?
You look back and you're like, how is it that we're 20 people deep? How is it that we have 4 attorneys? I mean, sometimes I'm like, wow. And it just in a short amount of like 5 years. And I think it's just because you have to get that fire under your butt. Otherwise you just like, oh, maybe you question it.
Yes.
The other thing you have to do is you have to celebrate that. When we were talking about rituals a bit ago and the importance of, kind of going through graduations and certain ceremonies. But one of the rituals that I have now is to celebrate the wins. I remember the largest case I think I had literally had 17 cents in my bank account. The largest case I settled on my own after I'd gone out on my own. When I say things were tight, they were tight. And I deposited a check that day for a dram shop case. I handled it beginning to end, all on my own. Some of my best work, I feel like, and like there was no partner to like go talk about what this great deposition and how things were unfolding. And once we got the check, I remember going to the bank and the banker was like, wow, it's a nice day for you. And literally 15 minutes later, I was at home cleaning the toilets. I was like, okay, I need to celebrate the win. And that's when I made the decision that I need to spend more time reveling in the successes because we beat ourselves up over the losses, the things that don't go our way. So celebrate the wins.
That's really good advice. That is good advice. I was speaking to a friend, another attorney, and last year we had a really good year, our best year yet. And we had several 7-figure cases come up, 6 and 7-figure cases come up in the pipeline. One of them took us I took the whole firm to Hawaii, but the reason why I did that was to do it for the girls because I had promised them a long time ago. If we do this is when I promised them, it was only 4 of us. But then, oh gosh, when we went to Hawaii,
we traveled fast to 20 of them.
When we went to Hawaii, it was 30 of us.
Oh my God.
It was 15 plus like their spouses, right? So, but anyway.
And not only did she take them to Hawaii, I would also like you to know, I show up at her house. She has all of these beautiful bags out on the table. I'm like, what is this? She's like, well, I can't just take them there. They're going to need magazines and cups and
oh my goodness
and gift cards because you need spending money, don't you? And I'm just like,
you get a car. You get a car.
I was like,
she's like the Oprah.
Yeah, can I work for you? I mean, so yeah, she did it.
It was
awesome.
So I'm really big into personalization, right? So personalized. So I had like little bags that were like monogrammed with their name because when I was growing up, my name doesn't have an H. So if I ever went to go to, I didn't go to Disney, I was little, but let's say if I was ever to go to Great Adventures, they would have like those little things that had your name on them,
Christina.
and it would be Cristina, but Christina.
We get it.
And I never had anything with my name. So I think now, as a habit, I always put people's name on it. So that's what she came in. She says I had cups named with their names and their person that they were traveling with, their names, and then like they had like snacks and like towels with their names and like
it was so cool.
I love it.
You can hear that a company sends their people to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
But there's a whole different feel.
But
she took them to Hawaii.
I mean, that's a big
really
deal.
Cool.
It's a lot to be proud of.
That was my goal. I was happy about that, but I don't know how we got onto that, but it was.
Yeah. Sorry to derail you. But it was just really, it was really cool.
But
really cool to do that.
So for the next year, going in the next year, that's what it was, Kari. You can't avoid the question.
I was hoping.
You need one goal for the next year where you see yourself.
Yeah. You know, I have a paralegal who she came on when I really had nothing. And I thought I would start my own firm and it would probably take me a really long time to get clients and to build something up. And so I figured it would just, I could gradually get there. And in the first month, we got 50 clients. And I was like, I've never gotten 50 clients in all the years that I was trying to get clients for the firm that I was working for. What happened? And these are 50 clients that we took. These weren't the cases that, we turned away, which I had turned away my first couple of cases because I just knew they didn't fit with my values. And I wanted to make sure that whatever I created, that I did it right. Like that I did it right by me. And, and so I called her and was like, remember that time when you said you wanted to work for me? How about now? Would you want to come work with me? Because I'm going to need it. And so I think this year, she is someone who has really stood by me and has just been like the ultimate cheerleader on the days where I'm like, okay, we need to make that payment and we need to, and she has just been there to be like, I want you to know I had a dream last night that we made, this, or she'll call me and say, will there ever come a day where I don't think every one of our clients should get $1 million? And she just believes in me. She believes in the work that we're doing. And she really loves our clients. And so I want to get her, she wants a certain dollar figure of a settlement. And I would love to get that for her.
Oh, I want that for you too. I want that for both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I just, like, she's the type that when we were talking about like the blessings, like who we're going to bless with this settlement, who we're going to bless with this settlement. She's the type that she called one day and was like, I can't wait to bless my son's school. She's just goodness. And so, yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, she deserves
that's lovely.
So let's make that's a goal, 2025. Yeah. I love that for you.
Yeah. And we're going to do it.
Ilya, what about you?
It's funny because I think I'm the same. I think my goals are more office and admin oriented. My head of my admin, senior paralegal, is my brother, actually, Tom, because he has a software background. And the best decision Brad ever made was, he's like, we're hiring Tom because all of the AI programs that have come out and his sophistication on that level, it's been transformative. The kinds of things that he has dedicated himself to. Sure. He's learned so much so fast because he didn't do PI. He managed a criminal practice for a bit and had been out of it for a number of years. So just to see like how rapidly he's gone on. But I know that he would kind of like to transition away from that and sort of the logistics of it. Now that we kind of have a process and systematized a lot of things, I know at a level he would like to be and sort of directing operations versus like being senior paralegal. I'd like to be able to have him in that role. And then the other part is Brad has become so great at like running our focus groups, like the contributions that he's made in terms of the consulting clients that we have on writing opening statements. I don't know what I would do without him, honestly. Like it's almost like he's been in law the whole time.
He's really good at what he,
very, very good.
He has, if you've ever seen him during a focus group, because we did a focus group, and Brad has this insight on people that it's so natural.
It is.
It's really natural.
Yeah. He has he's a way of like sort of honing in on that instinct, about what he reads in people. And it's very, I don't know if it's because he's like from the Midwest and he's just very genuine, but he's been a tremendous asset. And so I'd like to move him away from a little bit more of the logistics and more to doing kind of what I'm doing and being an ancillary to that, because he's phenomenal.
Well, here's the 2000. Well, now we've set our goal. So here's the 2025, ladies.
Wait, what is yours?
So,
good catch. We almost let her got away with that.
She tried to pull a me. So
good catch.
Yeah. Now we got him. I guess we talked about him.
No, my goal is really to this year. I want to be able to continue the growth where we are. Not as far as cases. I'm happy with the number of cases. I'm looking to grow this. I know that for a long time, I've been very shy in public speaking or speaking engagements. And even though I've been asked, I've turned them down. So I think that this year I want to make that my goal, where I'm not afraid to look silly in front of people, because at the end of the day, people are either going to like you or they're not. But I want to be able to just say yes. That's my goal for this.
I love that.
I do too.
Yeah.
And you should, because you're really good at it. It would just be such a shame if you were saying no or keeping yourself small because of what you thought of you, because I've seen you present and I've seen you do things like this, and you're really good at it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
And you opened your comments on when we were doing my solo interview, talking about how I had kind of pushed you. I had people who pushed me. I think Tom Ryan and David Wenner were instrumental in getting me out there. But when I met you, I was like, oh, she's a rock star. Like she just needs somebody to like kick her down the rabbit hole. And so, and it's been right. Like everything about you have, you're a phenomenal trial lawyer. You're wonderful with clients. You have a heart almost as big as Kari's. Kari's like,
I can't compete with Kari's heart.
Next level. She's next level. Yeah. But you've blossomed so much, and even in just the short time that I've known you, both professionally and then certainly personally, you've just really busted it. And I'm super proud of you, and she's right around the corner.
Yeah,
right around the corner.
I think our glasses and the champagne's gone, but let's cheers, ladies. Thank you for joining me.
Not the last bottle of champagne.
That's right.